Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining today. We're going to be talking about some new items that we introduced in the fourth quarter of this year. So first off, we're going to talk about a new prebiotic fiber, which includes Fibersol, a trademarked ingredient, Fibersol 2. We have a new Astaxanthin, which includes organic, a certified organic astaxanthin in there. We have a black pepper essential oil, and we have some chocolate, vanilla, and unflavored certified organic plant proteins. So we are going to start with our prebiotic fiber. The prebiotic fiber, this should be launched in December, so you may not have seen it yet. It was a little struggle to get the label because we're always down on a short time crunch. And anyway, but this is what the label is, and like I said, you'll see that in your December flyer. So this is providing, our serving size is 2 tablespoons, which is giving about 11 grams of soluble fiber. That's actually quite a bit. I do suggest with all fiber, to have customers, anybody taking this, start slow. Always go slow with fiber, because if your body is not used to it, it can create a little bit of gassiness for some people. Of course, the fiber feeds our beneficial bacteria, which is a great thing, but maybe start off with half the dose or even less than that, and then work their way up. This is a water-soluble, bulk-forming fiber. It's very low viscosity. Actually, I think I have this on the next page. So it's very thin. It's not going to thicken like psyllium or glucomannan. You put those in a liquid and almost instantly they coagulate and get very thick and can be challenging to swallow. So this is very thin. You won't notice it much at all. It hides very well in a variety of food applications. You can put it in hot or cold. You can freeze it, throw it in ice cream. It's great for, hiding for kids or, your husband or whomever. But you can mix it in virtually anything. Now, I will say fiber, very important for overall health. The typical American diet, we're getting approximately 10 to 15 grams a day, depending on, what you're reading. The RDI for fiber, we should be looking at about 35 grams or more. So the importance is there. This is a resistant starch as well. Now, I did talk a little bit about resistant starch. I think it was last month regarding the green banana flour. Nice resistant starch there. But resistant starch, it resists digestion. Obviously, we don't have the enzymes to break that down, so we don't absorb any sugars or carbohydrates from the fiber itself. But it is a food source, as I mentioned, for our beneficial bacteria. And then in turn, when our beneficial bacteria consume this, they give off a byproduct, a fatty acid, that helps to supply energy to the cells that line the colon. So it's a cascade of benefit. So it's, overall very important to have in our diet. So anyway. Okay, so that is the Fibersol 2. And of course, Fibersol 2, because it is a trademarked ingredient, you can go to their website as well and learn a little bit more about it as well. But anyway, good stuff. Some companies are actually using it in their pre-made food products. I think I've seen it in some yogurts and such like that. But anyway. Okay, moving on to our new Astaxanthin. And you might be wondering, why do we need another astaxanthin, especially another 4 milligram astaxanthin? I think we're trying to reach a variety of different customers here. Now, we are using an organic H. pluvalis microalgae in this formula. The other two are not from organic. They're still good. But this formula, we're using a whole algae as opposed to an extract. So you're not only getting the astaxanthin from the H. pluvalis, you're also getting other carotenoids in here. So it is like a whole food. It is a broken cell wall, similar to like a chlorella, so that the nutrients from the whole algae is able to be absorbed properly. This formula is in a vegetable capsule. We're using polulan, which is fermented from tapioca, as opposed to cellulose. A lot of people have an issue with the cellulose, and of course gelatin. So we do offer the soft gel gelatin base, and then we have our soft gel vegetarian that does have some corn in there. This is soy-free as well as corn-free. So that's, I think, a good selling point of why this over the others. The others are good, don't get me wrong. They're excellent products, but just some differences there I just want to point out. Let's see if I think I covered all of that. And we do have the organic blue agave in there as well as far as our inulin goes. Let's see, so I think I already covered a lot of this. The naturally occurring other carotenoids in there, you're going to find some lutein, zeaxanthin, canthaxanthin, and some beta-carotene in there as well. Now, astaxanthin is touted as one of the most potent free radical scavengers, natural free radical scavengers. So it has a lot of different properties. It is actually both fat soluble and water soluble. It's able to travel throughout the whole body, going through both the fat and the water soluble portions. It is able to pass the blood-brain barrier as well as the brain-retinal barrier, so helping to support eye health. Now, astaxanthin as a whole has a huge amount of research. Because we're talking about a product here, I'm limited on some of the research that I can discuss. But just talking about the astaxanthin, just want to mention to you, though, that astaxanthin is actually green. It's a green algae, and scientists believe that when the algae is under stress, it produces the astaxanthin, which actually turns it a reddish color. It's thought that the astaxanthin acts as a protectant during times of stress. And the research is actually showing a lot of that that benefit. So this is a study that was conducted at Creighton University, and now there's many different types of free radicals. And we're just going to talk about the oxygen species, so the reactive oxygen species. There's approximately 8 of those, don't quote me on that, but approximately 8. In many studies that were conducted on a variety of free radical scavengers, the study was only done on one type of free radical. This study was actually conducted on the variety of free radicals. And you can see it was in comparison to vitamin E, pycnogenol, synthetic astaxanthin, which you can find at the drugstore, there's beta-carotene, and vitamin C. So you'll see in the results here that astaxanthin actually had a much stronger free radical scavenging properties to it than these other free radical scavengers. Now, these are all good, and we want to use these. Certainly you can use them in conjunction, but just in comparison, you'll see, even like your vitamin C, the astaxanthin has shown a 65% stronger free radical scavenging potential than vitamin C. So at any rate, it's a very strong and potent free radical scavenger. So astaxanthin not only provides free radical scavenging capabilities, it also can help support healthy inflammatory response as well as supporting our immune response. Now, C-reactive protein is a marker that can detect silent inflammation. And there is, I can't get into detail on the research because of our FDA structure function claims and such, but I am giving you the links, wonderful research that you can take a look at in more detail as to its properties more specifically. And this link here, the second link, the lghealthsciences.com, the medical research, that's actually from Astaxanthin. Now, this astaxanthin, this is organic astaxanthin that we're using, is trademarked Astaxanthin, and that is their website. So they have quite an extensive library of medical research, white papers that you can read in much more detail. Of course, I cannot give a short version of the clinical abstracts, but you can go to that and you can read it, because wonderful stuff just in the astaxanthin in general. Wonderful free radical scavenging properties that help protect our cells throughout the whole body, of course. Okay, so the black pepper extract or essential oil. Now, this is meant to be used as aromatherapy. This is not to be used internally. I get questions from customers calling up, can I take this like bioperant? No. This is meant to enhance the aroma of other essential oils. So lavender, for instance, you add a drop of the black pepper to lavender, and it brings out these different notes and tones of aroma it's wonderful. You don't need much. A little goes a long way, but you can add it to, cinnamon and clove and such, especially this time of year. It'll just add a whole nother layer of aroma to those other essential oils. It's wonderful. So this is steam distilled. It like I said, it just adds a little bit of warmth and brings out extra notes in your other essential oils. But don't take it internal. It is very strong, pure, undiluted. This is so. And then we have our organic plant proteins. Now, Neil had given a training, I believe, last month, kind of comparing between whey proteins and plant proteins. So you can listen in on his training as well. But this is pretty basic. We're using certified organic pea, brown rice, and quinoa proteins in here. We have slight differences of the protein content for serving size depending on which flavor that you get. But big selling points, it's soy-free and it's dairy-free. So it actually can appeal to a variety of customers. It tastes good. I tend to like the unflavored. Unflavored just in general, I think, are more versatile because, you can change it up to your liking. Sometimes you can put cocoa powder in there. Sometimes you can put a banana, strawberry, whatever. But at any rate, again, this is pretty basic, but it is certified organic, whole formula, just all plant-based, soy-free, and dairy-free. So, and then this is our technical team. If you want to give us a call, if you have a product question, just call the 888 number. You can also email us at productinfo@nowfoods.com. We are here to answer your questions. So just give us a call. That's what we're here for. So, and that is all that I have today. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you, Tammy. And yes, do use that resource. I personally have used it myself, and you get great information. So any questions you have, call up our nutrition team. And I do want to let everybody know that this is the last webinar of 2017. We will not have a December webinar, but we will resume in January, on January 18th. And all that research that Tammy talked about is going to be presented in the January webinar. We actually have someone from the Astaxanthin company who is going to be doing the January webinar, so you won't want to miss that one. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Tammy, for a great presentation. Have a wonderful holiday season and a very Merry Christmas. We'll see you all back in 2018. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.